Howdy everyone, NWA Prepper here. I'm coming to you today with a really important question. How are you going to handle no chips and cheese dip after the balloon goes up? No salsa, no tacos, no burritos, no quesadillas, no Mexican restaurant down the street. What are you going to do? It's important. And I say that not as a, how are you going to eat? Because I trust that you're going to eat by cooking your preparedness items. What you have stored is what you're going to eat. And that's great. That's awesome. My suggestion is, whatever your favorite is, if your family loves pizza, and pizza is their thing, and that's the special meal that you guys make together is pizza. Well, good Lord, people, it's a parking lot. You don't have to drive so fast. It's like they're driving race cars. I'm better now. If pizza's your thing, you guys make pizza together, try to find a way to include that special meal every now and then, not all the time, into your preparedness items, into your preps. And for me personally, and I guess some of my family, about 50-50, it's Mexican restaurants, and we get the same thing every time, and it's pretty easy to do. I mean, my favorite thing is of course we like chips, and we can make chips. Chips and salsa, and excuse me, I got the hiccups. And white cheese dip. That's what we like. Of course, my daughter is for anything cheese dip of any kind. She is all about it. So in our preparedness items, we need to include those, or try to find a way, not as a staple, but as a treat, as a way to reward ourselves for a busy harvest time, or a couple of really bad weeks. Someone was sick, or someone's been sick and they're feeling better, and we want to celebrate that. You want to encourage someone. Oh, it's Scout's birthday, and so it's not. But when it's Scout's birthday, and he likes this food item, and it's not something that we can do every day, but I can make it special, or as close to it as I can, to make it special. So how are you going to do that? What is your go-to meal for special events, for special occasions? Mother's Day. What can your kids do for your mother, or for their mother? For food is a lot of people's love language, unfortunately. But how are you going to handle that? Are you going to be prepared for it? So when you're thinking about your preparations, think about things like that too. If you know that you're going to need, or you're going to want to make a recipe that takes rice. Of course, I get a Steven special. It's rice and some cheese, just like white cheese dip, and chicken or beef strips or chunks. And tortillas. That's not hard to do. It's pretty easy. So that's how I'm going to handle that. What do I have for my children? What do they like? What can I make sure I've got one or two of in the pantry to be able to handle events like that? Sorry, I got a text. And there'll probably be another one. What are your thoughts on that? Do you plan on... well, because there's some people that are like, well, we just don't have time for that. We don't have time for Independence Day, or we don't have time for birthdays, or, or Thanksgiving or Christmas. We've got too many things that we'll have to be doing. And we will. We already do. See you there. They keep coming. We already do those things. We already have so much going on that it's hard for us to do. So how, or, for me, why is mental health is just as important as anything else. And the stress of an emergency, the stress of long-term things are overwhelming now for some people today, when life is peas and carrots. So when it's complicated, when it's difficult, when it's hard, when you have to do the hard things day in and day out, a little mental break or a little mental treat is important. So what are you going to do when all the Mexican restaurants are gone? Is it important to you? How are you going to make something special to eat for someone when they're feeling down? And I don't mean they just need to ruck up and deal with it, because there's going to be a lot of that. But when it's, you just know, you do it now. Somebody's feeling down, you're like, oh, somebody at work's lady's not feeling well. I know she likes a yellow daisy. So I go to my wife and say, hey, will you go and pick out one of those coffee cup things with some flowers, and will you bring it in to so-and-so at work? She's had a bad week. Or one of the guys around work is struggling, and I'm like, I know this new lure I found. He's going to love that. Or print out an article that he could use. Keep those things in mind. You can make things special. Mental health is important. Thanks for watching. Let's get ready.